I guess this is where I'm going with the rules, but what does it matter? This might as well almost be considered your final trial, everyone. No responses? Well, that's all you want then I'll receive it then. I mean, what do you expect? Come on, I'm trying to be at least interested, you know, just being quiet.
But still, why should we be interested? Almost all of us are dead now. Only 6 of us are left. Why should we be ready for this when, this has happened to us? I thought of that before, but it's for the people who are alive here and who have passed that matter. Alright, Sally? Yeah, so I guess we are ready to start then.
Okay then! Now, it's time for the 5th mansion trial to commence!
Might I still say something about this? The evidence here definitely seems to, not have that much, though. We don't have enough evidence in order to know that much. Now. Exactly. There isn't much evidence to nail down a perfect candidate. I believe that there is, in fact. Let's think about everything that happened. The Monobalcony file specifically stated that the body was discovered for the morning, right? Yeah, me, Nico, Zelda, and Sally were the ones who found the body. Why is that? Which means the death happened at nighttime. And judging on how me, you, Luigi, Zelda, and Sally were the ones up by early in the morning, and we did not went down once because we were busy investigating the shutdown monobalsa, and that means it can only be 2 people. Nico, who appeared late at the scene, and Snivy, who was missing the whole time. What? No way, I refuse to believe that my brother even is guilty. And Snivy as well. How? Yeah, I may seem a bit hard in order to say that Nico's probably the one who's guilty, but Snivy, there is a lot of evidence to say that Snivy is the true killer. But what evidence do you have about it? Simple. Due to her behavior, she's been constantly missing out on us. She definitely seems to have an itch on her back, and not to mention that she wasn't with us. That's when we searched the shutdown monobalsa, or was there until the last moment when New Forge discovered the body. It seems to be a heavy thing against Snivy, but I think there might be some evidence for me to prove it. I need to upheld on what I have to do. I have to free Snivy. I have to get her to safety. Oh, wait. I don't think this is on how it goes at all. Allow me to explain it to you in full detail. I'm sure it might be ended the trial a bit shortly, but it legit makes the most sense. It began when Snivy lured Tarantula to the dining hall. But still, why would she lure him? Doesn't matter. So, basically what happened is that Snivy took out the knife and stabbed the Tarantula through the throat, killing him. No, that's wrong! You simply went off the monobalsa file, but that clearly contradicts on what Sally's autopsy report says. What about her reports, though? The evidence on what I said all makes sense. Yeah. Still, might I explain it more into detail? Yeah. I think I will explain. As I looked at closely, it didn't seem to be much of a stab through his neck. It mainly seemed to be enough that seemed to be midway through his neck. What you're implying is that the cut wasn't too deep that it was a slit, but it wasn't that far deep to be considered a stab. Exactly. Okay, yeah, sure. I might have got that one thing wrong, but that doesn't explain on how she is the main killer. All the evidence makes sense. Shut up! Huh? I do not care what you are saying anymore. Just shut up, Whisper. Luigi, are you okay? I'm tired of all of you just accusing it. I want to say something from right here, right now, even though it may seem a bit too deep for this, but at this point on, we are not accusing anyone unless in case we have further evidence, okay? Till there is further evidence on that proves on who the culprit is, then that means they are innocent until proven guilty. Okay? Okay. Yeah, that definitely seems to, well, make sense. So, should we go over some of the odd things that were featured at the crime scene? Yeah, I think we can. Well then, I can start with the whole amount of blood that was featured at the scene. There was a lot more blood on how it looked there. There was some circle of blood, there was blood on Taranzas' corpse, there was even blood on the massive chairs and the whole, well, drawers. Something off about all those blood spots. And there would be... That's it! Guys, I think I figured it out. That they were a bit too well placed to be considered a bit of, well, red herrings on what they were. Red herrings? So, they don't have much to do with this case? Well, no, exactly. I still think they have a bit of to do with this case. I think I can talk about it, can I? Fine, you can. I'm yet to believe at the crime scene at that moment that the culprit easily might have killed a Taranza and used the remaining excess blood that they got to create that circle and splatter all those drawers out. I think it does. And those footprints too. Not after we established that those spots over by Taranza's body are footprints. They could have been drag marks of blood. Yeah, but they don't line up as blood marks because it looked a bit wet and seemed to be washed it up as well. What on earth does those other wet blood spots mean? Does it make sense? I gotta think. What is wrong with that piece of evidence? What is it? What is it? Here we go, bro. Luigi? You're gonna help me out with this? Of course, bro. No matter what. And I realize I haven't been that much helpful, but now is the time for this to happen. I will help you. Let's go, right? Up. Let's go. Each of the blood spots contain a certain piece of evidence that has to be connected. As we pointed out, each of them are equally known as red herrings. With the evidence we have, though, it might seem to say that one of these do not fit into the greater picture. And I am now certain that you could try to figure out which part of the blood does not connect. I'm certain, right? I agree with that. Guys, I think the trueness is that the wet blood spots are actually the real red herrings. Something to keep us completely off track. What do you mean, still, about those spots? They don't... Shouldn't they play into it? I mean, they are blood spots. Well, yes, they should. But the difference of it is simply due to the fact that there was no other spots like this. Though the other blood spots weren't wet and weren't so far apart. In case it wasn't that, then they would be considered in the same thing as the footprints. And they cannot be considered drag marks as well. Yes, but that still doesn't... Still, what did I say? Fine. But how on earth does that prove that Snivy is not guilty? In case of anything, it proves that you didn't end up dragging him, and which further proves that any of us could have not done it as well. Or merely yet had blood on us. Yeah, still, a thing I may want to bring up is the murder weapon. Just a simple knife there. What's the problem with it? Oh yeah, but doesn't it look a bit too clean? Yeah, and it wasn't at all wet as well, so... And it was oddly placed, right? In case if there's something else alongside that knife. And one seems to be bringing up some interesting theories about the knife on Taranza's body. But I feel like along with that, there's something else that seems to be different. So with the evidence that we have, is there an actual way we can nail down the true reason of the knife? I mean, it was the only weapon at the scene. I honestly don't believe it was placed. That would be stupid. In case of anything, if it actually was around during that time. If you want to hear my thoughts, I believe that there was no other knives aside from that one at the scene. No! That's wrong. In fact, guys, I feel like that wasn't the only weapon at the scene, because when I was investigating the kitchen earlier, I found another knife at the scene. There was another knife in the kitchen right there? Wait. So, was it a big knife that was... Yes, it was. But wait, how do you know that, Luigi? It's something in my head. Oh god, I've been feeling a bit weird for a while. So wait. In case of that knife was taken there, is there a possibility it was used at the crime scene? Maybe, but do you have any other evidence that might as well prove that, Nico? Yeah. In fact, another piece of weird evidence I found is that I found Mittens' knife. Mittens' knife? What are you even talking about? I guess I shall clarify. It was a knife that was used in Mittens' execution. In fact, it was just there for the taking. Still, what does this all mean? Involving the knife that was on Francis' body and the knife that was out of place? What does it mean? It means one thing, and that is... That's it! Killer has set up a trap. Hold on a sec. There wasn't anything big at the crime scene that might as well indicate such a trap, right? In fact, I think this might be a bit, odd, but I feel like this might be connected to something else. What other piece of evidence do you mean, Nico? Wire that was tied on his hand. Maybe perhaps the trap was set with the knife was tied to the wire. What? Oh, I honestly believe that this is a bit too much of a stretch. I honestly think that it's the truth, honestly. It makes sense, and plus, hasn't Nico ever been this wrong before? I'm choosing to believe my bro. This all makes sense. Oh no, I guess this means one thing. I guess our opinions are once again split down the middle.
No way to end this argument. Let's do it!
It's up to me in order to get the other half on my side. Let's do this. I'm now certain that there was no trap involved in this case whatsoever. But I got this. In case if we actually look at the real evidence, the more and more a trap definitely seems to make sense. Can we assume if they do not have the time to make the trap? I mean, if we do look at it, there is not that much of a gap between the murder and, us finding this shut down mono Bowser. Snivy, if we still do look at it. This would explain on how his wound wasn't deep enough. Is it still possible that the culprit used the small knife to attack and, hunt down Taranza? Luigi, I honestly do not think so, because the wound will be way too big in case if that's the truth. Still, in case if that's true, then how do you explain about, the missing knife that was on Taranza's body? Luigi! You can say that none of the blood was wasted. What if in case it was repurposed? Make the splatters and weld the circle. Think about it. That's why the knife would be clean. All that is true, then how can you explain then how the knife wasn't then placed it back like the other ones? Snivy, case if it is, I suppose the culprit didn't have enough time and had to find a way back. Because during that time, Luigi and Sally were going to go find the shutdown manor. None of the evidence at all still points to any of this being true. I got this. Real truth is, everything that we said could be possible. This is our answer. Yeah, that definitely seems to be the truth, you guys. I hope you all know what we're trying to do. Yeah, and in case that we do look at it, it all does make sense. Alrighty, I'll agree with you on this. Whisper, are you okay? No, I'm not, because I am tired of us going back and forth with this. And, we all ended up nowhere. Better call him. You shut up. I'm not listening to your rules anymore. I'm done. I'm officially done. I am getting ready to vote one of you two off, because I know one of you two are the call Ivy and Nico. You guys are ultimately the main ones that we've been looking at this whole trial, this whole time. Nico, you definitely seem mainly be fine, but Snivy, oh, you fucking bitch always gets off now. Now this whole darn trial, I am sick of it. You shut up! I'm voting for you because everything makes sense. You were late to us, and then you've been calling me missing. Your attitude, I am voting for you. I'm supposed to understand you, but I don't know what to do about this. Ivy, just say it. Admit your guilt right now in front of all of us. But still, what should I do? It's my choice, and I know what I have to do. I must keep her safe. Still silent, then? Then how about I nail the— Hold it! What is it, Nico? I know she's innocent because I was with her way earlier than you guys were. You're telling us this now, Nico? You seem a bit flustered. Are you okay? In fact, still, because I know, because my God, because I was with her way earlier. Earlier than we were? Yes. Earlier than you guys were searching with Mono Bowser. Don't act like that, Mr. Accomplice. What? Oh, face it. I know what you're trying to do. You're just trying to protect her because you're an accomplice. Just a minute still. She's just guilty, and I know you're protecting her for reasons. It's just exactly all over again. So kindly just let us do this. Sit still. After everything we still talked about, she is still the one who seems to be guilty. There's no use trying to tell us anything, because we know that you're basically defending her like you were when you tried to frame Citron. Huh? Then why don't you just still give up? We know the truth, and it's that she is guilty. In fact, I should ultimately say I'm not that surprised because of what you've done before, Mr. Accomplice. God damn it! All of what I'm saying is nothing more but true. What you are basically saying is lies, like you have before. Why? Why are you continuing to do this? We know you don't want you just to say anything anymore. After you betrayed my trust, I'm certain no one does. Certainly the case if it's glad for you to take your mouth shut and let us do the talking, Mr. Accomplice. We know the truth. We know it more than anyone. She's guilty. She is guilty. So kindly just shut up, you worthless piece of crap! God damn it! I won't. I'll prove that she is guilty, you worthless piece of... Now, the truth of the evidence that everything does, it ultimately adds up. He is guilty. You're guilty. She is very much the killer. Why can't you see it? You ultimately say that she's innocent, but she is not. And to the fact that you can still betray trust like others, like on how you betrayed me. You betrayed Luigi. You betrayed everyone, included Sam. So shut up. Is it still your chance to redeem others? But it doesn't matter. Why is you still continuing? Answer me. Why do you? Because there isn't still much of a use to what you're doing anymore. Just admit, give up. She is the killer. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. There is still no way for you to see her unless in case you can nail down a time that you see her. It ends here, Whisper. I have no idea what to say to you anymore. Yeah, I saw her around 3:50, way before the murder happened. How did you chose to keep from us because that Snivy would defend herself? And lo and behold, you guys continue to bat her down and say that she's guilty. Wait, we'll promise that we won't say that she is anymore, Nico. Alright? Like everyone else? We will accept. Guess I'll go over everything at this point. And I guess with this time frame, I can nail down everything. Here's everything that happened in this case that we know. I guess I'll start at the time frame of 3:50. This is when one of the 5 possible culprits were talking with Snivy, the only true innocent one in this case. She ultimately explained it to the person that she has to go do something because of Mono Bowser and the mastermind watching her. And so I thought, as I walked into my room during that time, it was ultimately something, and I just wanted to say it to keep her safe. During this time, the culprit was beginning to set the trap to lay on Taranza, the true thing that would kill him. During this time, getting the other knife for the crime, and they're about to begin. The truth is, I had no idea on how they were able to pull down Taranza, but he indeed noticed it. The culprit, with weapon in tow, ready to take them out. As we know, he ran immediately for his life. Ultimately up against the wall, and then was the thing that ended up killing him off. That was over. The culprit, all I had to do was just set up everything. First thing the culprit did was to lay the knife down in a spot that would definitely seem a bit out of place. Next they had to do was remove the rope from the knife and attach it to his. Lastly, they took some blood from Taranza and from the knife in order to create the crime scene. And lastly, the crime scene was done, and then walked off. We still have no idea who the main culprit is, but that doesn't cover the end of this. One of the possible culprits came to a certain room, and not one of the possible ones, in order to alert them on what they found. The other one tried to get him, agreed slowly, and went to see what was named to be the shutdown model. Eventually, the other 2 came in as well, which led to the person who talked with Snivy coming with them. But still, out of all of it, it all does mean one thing in particular. The conclusion of it all still. Even with all the evidence that we found, aside from Snivy being innocent, we cannot prove or nail who is Taranza's true killer. I think that better explains everything that we have been missing. Well, yeah, but who is this culprit, though? We've been thinking about it, but who is it? Well, still think There has to be a possibility. In case if it isn't anyone Pacific, then I think I know. Go. Would you kindly explain to everyone here, though? I think it's the only way. Okay, this may seem a bit outrageous, but the killer is none more than the ultimate.
Time's up, Nico!
What? Time's up? Hold on. We didn't have, much time for, all of this. Normally, I have a lot of time with trials. What seems to be the problem?
Now you said you would bore me. This trial would speed up faster. This is that instance. Now hurry and get to damn voting.
Wait, there's still other mysteries for us to try to figure.
I do not care what you think, and I do not care what anyone thinks. Vote or you'll be killed.
I had no idea what Monobowser was doing, but I felt like everyone else was doing the same thing, and more they were just obliged.
Oh, I wonder who's it gonna be? Out of all you accusations, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
What?
Done, everyone, you got it right. Indeed it was Nico, the ultimate content creator, was the killer.
What?
We're all seem to be shocked, but it definitely is. The person who killed Tyranza, the ultimate nobody, was Nico, the ultimate content creator. Once again, congratulations. You know what I might want to add is that the vote wasn't infamous. Luigi and Snivy. One of yourselves I might add was noble of you, but very stupid.
Nico, was it really you? No, you guys, it wasn't me. It's just that this whole thing seems to be rigged. I don't know what to say. Snivy, I didn't know you were as close to this. My mind went dark for a moment. I had no idea on how to feel about this at all. Is this what true despair feels like? Until something happened. And I figured it out. Wait a second. Hold on. I think I may know a reason. The point with you even reasoning. Monobowser just confirmed that you were the killer. No, it's not like that. What are you even implying? What I'm saying is that Monobowser is simply trying to rush this trial. Or not just Monobowser, but the mastermind, the ultimate manipulator, is trying to rush this so he can frame a murder. In fact, not only on me, but Snivy. It mainly seemed to be mainly directed at her.
Oh no! You're right, don't you? You better shut the hell up!
Oh, because that's the truth. And you are just trying to deny it.
I said shut up!
Nico! What is even trying to... You know I'm right.
Listen, I know. This thing will move more right, so you better shut up. It's all true.
Guys, don't listen to him.
You know what, we're getting a bit off track. Let us begin this. Let's do it. So now then, I prepared a very special punishment. For Nico, the ultimate content creator.
Guys!
Nico, let's give everything we got. It's our very last punishment time.
Guys, stop him! Still, about that, what just happened? I think that was Taranza, and he saved Nico. Yeah, but the truth is, how was the... Mono Bowser? I knew it! I knew Nico wasn't guilty. Didn't you all see it, though? Huh? Well, then, yeah, that basically happened. And about what? Face it, Nico was right. This whole trial was accused to get me or Nico killed. Yeah, but what about still on... Will you actually see... Yeah, but Nico lied. I did have my own way to hide from the cameras. And he only did it to save me because the thing would ultimately not make much sense to you all at this time. Oh no, Bowser, you have some major explaining to do on what happened with my brother.
It said I was dead. They said he was dead. It just... What?
Oh, Bowser, mind explaining to...
What did you guys... They're both dead.
What?
Yeah, hang out down in the basement, but it's better for telling us nobody and the content creator that makes shit.
Oh, trust me, they're not getting off that easy. It's a Snivy!
Hey, you're not supposed to go.
I know what I'm doing, I'm going in with them. What? Snivy? What?
Yeah, none of y'all go down that chute. Just... I need you guys ask, you're not allowed to use this trial room either. In case you do, I'm gonna kill you.
So this basically means that in case we voted for Snivy still, she would have died. I didn't know what to do. Luigi? Yeah. Come on, you know the more. But this only means one thing, guys. As I looked at Sally, Zelda, and Whisper, everything started to make sense. Of all the evidence and the truths I know, one of us here tried to kill Taranza. One of us here attempted to frame Nico and Snivy. One of us here is the third traitor. One of us here is the ultimate manipulator. And most of all, one of us here is the mastermind.